Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Quill and Sword. Hey. So it's been a little bit of a break. We missed a session. Thank you for bearing with us in that. And thank you for bearing with us as we're about 10 minutes late. We had our technical difficulties before the stream tonight. SENITA is here, but is just not on camera. So that is a thing. And real quick, we're going to do our shout out to Syrinscape because we're totally using it tonight. I'm excited for it. We're just going to jump into this mess because it's a whole to-do. I'm going to roll the D4 and see who's going to go first. Okay, that is Nathaniel.
She just started erupting in fire. So mission 1 was trying to calm her down, which did happen eventually. And then we figured what seemed like the best bet was to take her to whatever the place was where they were trying to get her to bring back the goddess, because maybe that would get this to stop happening to her. Sanu and I broke off. Anu. I'm talking too fast for my brain. Anu and I broke off to go and find Aelaieth to see if he was able to help, while Masquerade and Nim tried to calm down Giselle. And I will pass it on to Robin.
All right. So yeah, Giselle poked a hole in the ceiling of the dome. And Aelaieth has gone complete crom spawn on us, and I'm not actually sure how we're going to handle this. We went down a bunch of stairs. Marissa, what do you remember?
I remember going down the stairs. I also, just so everybody knows, we learned how to spell Aelaieth today, and wow, I was not ready for the number of vowels. Anyway, so we went downstairs, and we were basically trying to find a way out or find something. We want to get out of this Elven Moon City situation because Aelaieth has become a problem. And so we went to various rooms, and we found one where we were being attacked by a spider situation. So Nim's reaction was to grab Giselle and kind of walk out the door and keep her protected while everybody fought. And in doing so, Nim realized that it was kind of an illusion brought on by the spores in the air. And so I'd never let anybody tell you that cowardice isn't great. Like, it'll save you every time. So it's the Scooby-Doo law. Anyway. And so Nim was able to shout back at everybody who was fighting. And I think that's where we were at. SENITA, do you remember anything else?
Oh yeah, we did get out of the room full of spiders, and then we saw a room full of statues that looked like elven leaders from the past. Mm-hmm. And we finally got to the room, which looks like the room with the dais that we needed to bring Giselle to, but of course Aelaieth was there, and he's ready to defend his shitty belief of we need to kill the child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Aelaieth is a real problem. So we are about to see just how much of a problem as we dive into Quill and Sword.
Steve, I want to ask this before we get started. I cannot remember. Did Aelaieth name who the goddess was that he was into with all this? Okay. So here's my question. I don't know if I'm going to do this yet, but would you want me to roll for religion to see if I could accurately, or at least semi-accurately, conjure an image of her? Okay. That in the back pocket.
are yet.
Yeah, that's great because I'm a panic fighter. I just go in swinging and it doesn't work on me.
Also, you can't solve a puzzle by running away. Problem for me.
I think we're both trouble.
Yeah. I like how evil that was.
We're gonna die.
What if in his planner today he wrote TPK and then
That's
his
it.
to-do
That's
list?
the whole page.
Yeah.
All right, so we are back. To kind of set the stage, if you remember, Aelaieth showed up, and he was, he had these plant-like vines that he had conjured, and he was reaching out towards this altar on a dais, and he wrapped the vines around and catapulted himself into this pool of black viscous ichor. He raised his hands full of the black ichor, and he shouted, "For the glory of our goddess," and he drank. When he drank, you watched as his bones began cracking and creaking like wood, and he began to transform into a visceral creature. It had fur. His hair, his blue hair and white hair just began growing all over his body and covering it like fur. He developed a hunch as his forearms extended into these spider-like limbs, and his back protruded, exploding with these long thorns. And as he did that, you watched as he transformed into this visceral, terrible monster, and he shouted, "Now you will pay." So we are going to start by rolling initiative.
19.
All right, I need to pull up my notes.
15.
I have 11, and I have to open an actual dice roller for a new because I can't just click on her page.
Okay.
13 for a new.
All right, let's see where he slots into this mess. Oh man, he rolled really badly. So, Aelaieth is going to be going after Anu and before Masquerade. So, we're going to open up then with our beloved Fawn Bard. So, Fawn Bard, what do you do?
How far away am I from him currently?
You are about 30 feet away.
I'm gonna keep it basic as a start, and I'm gonna hit him with a sacred flame.
Okay. Okay, so he needs to make a dexterity saving throw. He's theoretically good at these. That is not great, but that is going to be a 14.
Makes it.
Okay, so you summon this sacred opalescent fire, and as it pillars down toward him, he shoves off of the ground with these massive spider legs, jumping backwards just a bit. Do you have anything else you can do?
Let me see. Possibly? Sorry, hang on, I'm juggling things here. What else is in the room besides him right now?
It's him and Giselle and you guys. There is a dais with this black ichor currently in it. And it's like a pool of this syrupy ink sort of situation. And then the room is very tall, very large, but otherwise mostly empty. There was that drip of the black liquid from the top in the ceiling.
I don't think any of my bonus actions are going to help right now. So, is he between me and the dais or whatever it is?
Yes, he is.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to stay put for right now.
Okay. So, Nim, it is your turn.
Am I also about 30 feet away?
You are also about 30 feet away. All of you are about 30 feet away.
Okay. And am I still holding Giselle? I can't remember.
Yes.
Okay.
You also were just given a mana potion by Masquerade last session.
Yes. Did I take that? I don't think I did I? I did.
It was. I'm pretty sure it was for Giselle because we ran her out of mana, and that's why she stopped being on fire, and we need her.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take Giselle and I'm gonna kind of hide her in a corner. I want to get like behind a rock or in a place where I'm not easily detected, and I'm going to talk to her about a fun idea I have for us moving forward. So I want to give her the mana potion, but I'm going to start saying, you know, Giselle, you are really good at fire, and I think maybe this might be a good time to use it. What do you think?
So give me a persuasion roll, because you have to try to wake her up.
Oh,
because she is
right.
actually unconscious right now. 22. So she kind of... Fire? Fire! I like fire.
All right, well, let's wake up first, and then I'm going to tell you about this very special secret project.
Okay. And she jumps up, ready. So she will go on your turn. So
Okay.
what do you want her to do?
So first thing, I want her to drink that mana potion.
Okay, so she drinks the mana potion. That's her action.
That's perfect. I think we're okay for now.
Okay, just so you know, the rest of you do not use an action to quaff a potion. She does because she's a child, so she doesn't know how to do this efficiently.
She's never taken shots before.
Yeah.
Normally-
We didn't have the sippy cup. Like, it was a problem.
Yes, normally the rules say it is an action, but in this case, for our game, for our purposes, it is a bonus action for you to quaff a potion. So, next up we have Anu. Anu, what are you doing?
Is there a way that I can, like, try to kickstart, like, a flashback to try to get a better understanding of Aelaieth's position?
Sure, make a religion check. Or insight, whichever you prefer.
You have a +4 to insight and a +2 to religion.
So let's go with insight.
Okay, so you're trying to basically tap into your own self and your own memories. Trying to trigger one of your past life memories as you enter a pseudo-trance.
Yes.
That is ye old 18.
18. So, Anu. Your vision... Whoom, and you see yourself, your past self, and you are talking with Aelaieth. You shout at him about something, you can't quite make out what, and then he responds with, "No, this is our goddess. It must be a sign. It must be from her. That's why I must nurture the seed. I must nurture it. I must help it grow. It calls to me. It wants blood." And just as your vision fades out, you hear his voice sort of trailing off with, "They aren't our people anyway. They destroyed us." And it just fades off.
Okay. Am I close to anybody?
There we go. Turn the music down just a smidge. You are close to Wisp, actually.
Okay, I'm gonna give the spark notes of what I just saw to Wisp.
Okay. And do you have a bonus action you want to do?
What's my health at?
Your health, you guys are currently at full
11.
health.
Oh. Do we count as having long rested, or are we just max health?
I thought you had potions enough to recover, but I might be wrong on that.
Okay, well, if we just go with we're at max health, then you are at 27.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. No, I will yield the rest of my time.
Okay. So, it is now Aelaieth's turn. The creature is scissor-like spider hands. You now see they're actually bladed with these serrated edges as he throws them out and unleashes a vicious roar. And he begins to approach Wisp, actually. So, Wisp, he is coming for you. And he's going to slice at you with these hands. Does a 22 hit your armor class?
Yes.
Okay. So, then he's going to deal 10 damage. 10 slashing damage.
Oh, shit.
And this razor just carves across your torso, cutting into your glamored leather armor. And he then turns to Nim. And he's going to slice with his other serrated spider leg with a dirty 20.
For my armor class?
Yes.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Oh.
I'm a cinnamon roll.
Oh, God.
Okay, so we are going to deal... Oh, you also take 10 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then he is going to use his legendary action and throw his legs together, or his forearms together, and when he does, these needle thorns shoot in all directions from his back. And I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, shit. 9.
It'd be
9.
14 for me.
2.
A new nat 20
Yeah.
Okay.
for a total of 24.
Wow. Okay. So, I need everyone who rolled under a 12 to take 5 piercing damage.
Oh, God.
All right, so I'm officially at 0 hit points right now. So I am prone on the ground next to a child that's ready to throw flames.
I'm at 1.
Okay. And, Masquerade, it is your turn. You see that the creature appears to be heaving as these spikes begin to grow slowly. And, give me an insight roll.
Okay. 10.
10. Okay, so you can tell that you guys probably have a free round on him now, where he's
Okay.
not going to act next round because he shot these spikes out.
All right, so I say something about him being fatigued before I charge in, because I have nothing left that I can use to heal people, and I apologize for those of you that are on the ground. I am putting myself bodily between this guy and where Nim and Giselle are, and I'm gonna get like right up in his face and like blast magic missile.
Okay, so deal your damage.
Okay, that's 3 for the first one. 5 for the second. And 5 for the third. It is 3, right? Yes, it's 3. Okay. So that's 13.
13. Okay. So he takes 13 damage as these exploding masks all streak towards him and in his face. And we are going back up to Wisp. Wisp, it's your turn. What are you doing?
So he seems out of it and like he can't do much right now, yes?
Yes.
Okay. I was going to get closer to do this, but that might not be a good idea. I think I can do it from where I am. How far away is the dais?
The dais is 30 feet away.
I'm sacred flaming the dais.
Okay. All right. The dais, actually, you sacred flame it, and it does not... it doesn't even make a saving throw because it's a big
I was gonna
statue.
say,
I was about to make a dex save, and I was like,
if
no, I
this thing
don't.
dodges, you and I are gonna have words.
So you sacred flame it, and that black ichor tornadoes with your fire. And as it does, Aelaieth, in this bestial sort of voice that is superimposed with a roar, shouts, "No!" And the black ichor is completely gone. And you notice that his thorns stop regrowing.
Like that. And as a bonus action, I need to drink a health potion.
Okay. Drink that health potion.
So.
This is such good boss music, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
So that is...
Syrinscape is pretty cool.
9 points of healing.
9 points of healing. Awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. It just means that if he hits me as hard as he hit me last time, I'm still dead.
All right. We are moving on to Nim. Nim, you're still unconscious, right? Make a death saving throw for me.
16.
You make it. You get 1 success. And that puts us to Anu. Anu, what are you doing?
How far away is Nim?
Nim is probably like 10 feet from you at most.
Oh, can I go over and give them a health potion?
Yes, you can absolutely give Nim a health potion.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's your action, and Nim, you are up. And go ahead and roll
I'll pop
that
down
hit.
your throat hole.
It's 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
Eight. All right. So you get 8 health back. And Anu, do you have a bonus action?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think. I wanna, shit.
Would you like the list of things?
No, because I'm not.
Okay.
I don't. I think I want to. You know what? Let me skip my bonus action and collect my thoughts.
Okay. So it comes to Aelaieth's turn, and he is still recovering from that initial blast with the needles, but he also cannot grow them back. So he just stands there heaving, and then slowly rights himself, and as he does, it sounds like a tree cracking in the wind as his spine straightens just a bit. And you see that now he's actually taller than he was before. He's now about 7 feet tall. And we are up to Masquerade.
All right. Like, continuing, like, this habit of being, like, bodily between Nim, the child, and this guy. I have one more magic missile, and I'm gonna use it.
Okay.
I'm just, like, gonna be like, ignore me at your own peril.
Okay.
So, 4, 5,
9.
and 3. So that's 12 this time, I believe, if I mapped correctly.
Okay, so you blast him, and once again these masks swirl around you, and then and they all blast him. And he actually, because he has not yet had a turn since recovering, has to make a dexterity or constitution saving throw, excuse me. And he got a natural 1. I'm not even kidding. So, natural 1 on the die. So, that means he falls prone. And it is Wisp's turn.
All right. So you said there was a drip of the ichor before.
There was.
Can I spot a source of that from where we are?
Yes, you can.
How far away is that?
About 120 feet.
Fuck. How many turns would it take me to go back up the stairs to be within 60 feet of it?
That would probably be, it'd be like a minute, so about 10 rounds.
Oh, fuck that.
And that's if you're running at full sprint.
Yeah, no, that's not happening. See, I've got a trick up my sleeve, but if he's already prone, it's not worth it. You know what? Since he's prone, I'm gonna hit him with a Sacred Flame.
Okay.
It's a cantrip. I'm gonna abuse the shit out of it.
Okay. So he has to make a dexterity saving throw for that. And and I think actually prone, is that automatically fails or has disadvantage?
I was gonna say, the guy's one of the two.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at that super quick. Thankfully, I have D&D Beyond, so I'm just gonna look that up real quick. Prone. Here we go.
An attack roll against the creature has advantage if the attacker is within 5 feet.
They don't have disadvantage on dexterity
no, it says
saves.
nothing about saving throws.
That's so weird.
Damn.
Okay.
That is really weird.
Well, there we go then. That is an 8.
Well, it hits him anyways.
Hey. Okay. So this opalescent fire tornadoes down upon him and hits him. And how much damage?
For 8 damage.
8 damage.
That is 8 damage radiant.
Oh, radiant damage. So actually it's 16.
Ooh.
So he is looking bloody at this point, but he is not
Yes.
down for the count yet. Nim, you're up.
All right, so after receiving that health potion, I stood up in a kind of comical manner, almost like Kramer entering Jerry Seinfeld's apartment, and I said, all right, Giselle, here we go. Are you ready? Do you feel ready? Did you enjoy that mana potion? Do you think you can shoot some fire? Pretend he's a birthday candle and you want to light him up.
Okay, I can do it. And she tries really hard to summon it, and when she summons it, roll a d20 for me. Don't get below a 5.
18.
18, okay. So she manages to contain the fire, and she's got this little mote of fire floating and, like, vibrating back and forth between her hands, and she shoves it forward. Make an attack roll. Add 4. So d20, add 4.
Okay. Sorry. I was like, I don't know how to
Okay.
Giselle fire. That would be a natural 1. Plus 4 is 5.
Okay, so she is focusing and the fire erupts out of control. So you need to make a dexterity saving throw. And so does Anu, because Anu was right next
there.
to you.
Where's my dex? 3.
Anu gets an 11.
Okay, so Anu succeeds and takes no damage. But Nim takes 7 fire damage.
Woo! So got 1 point. I'm good.
As this blue fire just and licks against you and blasts you backwards. And that will put us to Anu. Anu, what are you doing?
I'm going to, I don't know if I should rile him up. I don't know if I should do an insight check either. Another one. Because I'm thinking about that bud that he has to get power from, and I'm wondering if it's anywhere around here. Well,
Make an investigation check.
okay.
6, but I'm pretty sure we start off every session with inspiration if you would rather.
Yeah, let's do it. Go again.
I believe that is 14.
14.
That is
Okay.
indeed 14.
So, your vision once again, boom, and you find yourself looking at Aelaieth once again, and he's standing at the door of that chamber, and you see that this plant has burrowed a significant crater into the middle of a hole, and in the middle of the room, and once again, you hear yourself sort of scolding him or chiding him or something. You can't make out what you say. And then he says, "No, this is what's supposed to happen. It's growing. Don't you see? This is our goddess reborn. When the phoenixes never returned, she came to us. She came back. She sent this." And you hear yourself say in the memory, "You're sick. You don't understand what you're doing." And then you're back again. That's your action. What do you want to do for a bonus?
Now, are we in the room that I can't remember if, like, I know there was the dais there, but this was like the room where we needed Giselle to go off, right?
This is the room where you brought Giselle too. Yeah.
We just brought Giselle. Okay. Okay. We need to figure out how. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna be a petty bitch, and I'm just gonna tell Aelaieth that, "Oh, you're still sick, huh, bud?"
Oh. I'm gonna have to make a wisdom saving throw for that. That's a 4. Oh, no, not a chance in hell. Okay, so go ahead and roll 2d4 for me and add your charisma modifier.
Robin, do you need to roll that?
I'm sorry, what was that?
It was
What? Okay, what is it that you need rolled? I am very sorry.
2d4 add 2, please.
2d4 add 2.
Yep.
I'm not entirely. It's 7. I'm not sure what happened there. Like, I was tuned in, and then suddenly people were talking at me.
Okay. So, you got 2d4 plus 2. What was that? I'm sorry. I was
7.
trying to fix the thing. 7. Oh, goodness. He takes 7 psychic damage as you essentially viciously mock him, but without magic. So next up, we are going to go to Aelaieth. It's his turn, and he feels so slighted by what you said. He's going to try to attack you, but he's going to have disadvantage to do so. So that's a natural 2. I know that doesn't hit you. I know that doesn't hit you. So, okay. He's going to attack you again, actually. That makes the most sense. Okay, does a 15 hit your armor class?
It does hit her armor class.
15 hits her armor class. Okay. So that is going to be 10 slashing damage. And then he can't do his shootout and can't recover health because Wisp destroyed the altar. I don't think he can do anything else. So, okay, that's his round. Masquerade. That means it is your turn. What are you doing?
I can firebolt.
All right.
That is what I can do right now.
Okay, go for it.
Oh,
Firebolt.
I nat 20. 23 to hit.
Okay, so that means you automatically deal 10 damage and then roll it again.
Okay, so the way that we do it, it is 10 damage, and then the damage that we would normally do, yes. So I'm gonna, take the first one as a 10, even though it's not that on roll 20, so that would be 13.
13. Okay, so that is 1 point more than you needed. So describe how you fell Aelaieth in this form.
Well, he's, attacking anew, and I'm just, looking at this guy, shooting past me again, dude, what did I just say? Hold up my hands like I'm shooting an arrow, and then just firebolting down the sights into his face.
Okay. So you firebolt him in his face, and you see that it ignites, and it starts leaving singes, and he's trying to pat it out with these spider legs, which isn't working very well. And he falls to his knees as he continues to pat without much vigor. And he bows his head. And he shouts, "I will not be silenced again!" And you hear him once again just unleash this terrible noise in this form. And you watch his chest and torso. The skin actually rips open and splits as it crunches, and you see there's teeth inside, and there's a mouth within his torso. And he has a new pool of hit points now. And you guys are fighting for him too. Wisp, you're up. What are you doing, ma'am?
Okay. All right, let's pull the trigger on that insane idea that probably won't work. I need him to give me an intelligence saving throw.
Okay, he's not actually very intelligent. But he got a natural 20.
Oh,
Damn.
no.
Well, nothing happens.
Okay. Anything else you want?
And I lose a spell slot for my trouble.
Anything else?
Hold on, let me check if there's anything else I want to do here. What condition are people in right now?
I have 1 hit point left.
Okay. As a bonus action, I'm going to do a healing word on Nim.
Thank you very much.
So it's only good for 4 hit points, but
Hey, it's something.
That's good. It's better than 1. Okay.
All right. And then are you going to move or anything?
No, I don't feel like I have anywhere that's worth moving to right now.
Okay. Nim, it's your turn. What are you doing?
All right, so I'm definitely looking a little worse for the wear. Still moving, but like a charcoal briquette sort of individual at this point. But I still hold out hope. So, all right, Giselle, sweetheart, that was so good. This time, though, let's focus it right there. You saw that big mouth open up, so let's feed him some fire. What do you say, sweetie?
Okay, yeah. And she once again holds her hands out, and this tiny mote of fire begins forming. You can go ahead and roll a d20. And also, you can add your encouragement, which would be adding your charisma modifier to it. Because that is one of your features that I don't know if you remember you can do once per round.
I was thinking about that, but then I was trying to figure out how it would work in this scenario.
Yeah.
Okay, so 21.
21. She controls it. So he has to make a dexterity saving throw as she unleashes a fireball on him.
Oh no.
He did succeed, so he takes half damage. So now, Nim, you can go ahead and roll, I believe it's 8d6?
Yeah.
A lot of D6.
It's a lot of D6. Fireball was specifically made to be OP for its level.
You said 8D6?
It is, 8d6, yes indeed, 8d6.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do this in shifts because I don't have that many. So.
Okay.
Hang on, let me write this down. Okay, one more. Okay. 3, 8, 9, 10, 14, 18.
18. Okay, so,
All
you know
the
what?
fire.
Ironically enough, that is what you need to be able to down him in this form. So, describe what happens with Giselle as she shoots this fire.
All right, so the fire goes from her hands, and as it goes directly into Aelaieth's weird chest mouth situation, you can just kind of see her eyes light up more and more and more as she gets really excited about it. And everybody around it can kind of feel the fire getting just a little bit hotter because she's just that excited about it. It goes in there and kind of starts shooting out of every orifice, like so from his eyes, ears, all of that, and just kind of engulfs him in flames. And then he looks kind of like, you know, like when Wile E. Coyote gets burnt up and then just turns to ash. That sort of thing happens.
Okay. And Aelaieth is down. You watch as these plant-like features start smoldering away, and the spider-like bladed limbs wither like plant husks in autumn and just crumble into dust. You guys are now facing a down, still barely conscious Aelaieth.
I am gonna do a quick little tap with my hooves and go, "Where's your goddess now, fucker?"
Earmuffs, Giselle.
I failed her. I couldn't have failed her, and I failed her. I failed everyone. Anew. He looks at you specifically. And you see these tears welling in his eyes. I was so sure that she'd return to us. But this is not that. She hasn't returned, has she?
No.
Then what have I been serving? What have I been doing this whole time?
Being used. And I'm sorry I couldn't save you.
And you see that as you're talking to him, he's actually visibly aging before you just a little bit. Like he's grown several wrinkles. His cheeks have sunken in a little bit. I thought she was our goddess. She spoke to me. She called for their blood. The blood of our enemies.
No. It's easy to want to believe it was for the best when you're lost.
How can I be lost? I'm the leader. I'm the one responsible for this whole clan. If I've misled them, what have I done? Gods, what have I done? And you see that these tears start pouring down his face as he continues to age before you. And like that his beard starts growing in. What have I done? Do you think she'll forgive me? After this? After here and now?
I think she'll forgive you. The other part wasn't you.
What? I don't understand. We've always wanted vengeance. We've prayed for vengeance since those days long ago. And when I found that seed, I thought she'd answered.
Yeah. We required vengeance, just not like this.
Shakira told me that I was wrong. I wouldn't listen. I wouldn't listen to anyone. Where do I go from here? What do we do?
You bring back our real goddess.
How?
Remember that child you were so determined to take out?
Yes, the one that the goddess, or whatever spoke to me, said should be destroyed.
Exactly. Because she's the true answer.
I see. And he reaches up and just kind of touches your cheek if you'll let him.
Yes.
I am so sorry for what I've done. Can you forgive an old fool his transgressions against you and for not listening all those years ago?
I'm going to tell you, I told you so, but with acceptance of your apology.
That's fair enough. I want you to know I never stopped loving you. And as he says that, his entire face sinks in, and you see the skin flakes away like ash, and the skeleton crumbles.
See you in the next life.
What was that? That was scary. Giselle holds on to your dress, Nim, when she says that.
Well, it was a bad guy, and you did a fantastic job, and now we don't have to worry anymore.
Yeah.
Dude honestly thought a goddess of life wanted blood sacrifices? What the hells?
Yeah, what the hells?
Oh, dear.
Just like sidelong look at Wisp.
I'm just shrugging. No shame, just
All right, well,
Great.
Giselle, we'll have a conversation about grown-up words and words for kids later, I think.
I like grown-up
Member of
words.
the Bad Influence Society over here.
I wanna use grown-up words, like the pretty lady.
Well, remember, Giselle, nobody ever made a solid impression on history by being polite.
Yeah, and she turns to Nim. Nobody needs to be polite.
Oh, jeez.
And I just put my hands on my hips. Well, some people need to be polite if they want some cake later, I think.
And then she just sort of looks at you and looks at Wisp, and she's like,
I'm gonna nod and be like,
and then
You gotta
she...
be really careful about when you're impolite. It's a weapon.
Oh, I like weapons. Fire is a weapon. I like fire.
But you gotta be careful when you use that too. Sometimes it's appropriate, sometimes it is not.
we're working on that.
You know, it doesn't burn like it did. I think I got it out
Good.
for now.
That's good.
So, was getting rid of him all we needed to do, or do we need to I don't know, put a fire in the thing?
Let's put a fire in the thing just to be sure.
Let's do it.
How about you put a fire in me instead? And you see the caster lady with the draconic features and the big brute that was with her standing in the doorway.
Do you seriously want to start this right now?
I mean, frankly speaking, I feel like it's rather appropriate. Besides, that's what we came here to do all along.
You're gonna have to be more specific.
We need a place of power so that I can take her fire.
Oh, no.
You don't even understand what to do. You don't understand that she can't control it. It will kill her at her age.
And what exactly are you gonna do with it?
Give it to the person it was meant for all along.
Which is
Her mother.
I'm gonna look to Nim on that one.
Her mother?
Isn't here right now.
Also, if it was meant for her mother, wouldn't her mother have had it? I mean, I'm just saying, wouldn't it have gone to her? Just a logical question, I suppose.
Ah, fuck. I want to do an insight check.
Okay, do an insight check.
Gotcha. 14.
14. She seems sincere.
Okay, here's what you're going to do. You are going to sit down. We will sit down with you. You are going to explain all of this instead of you deciding to pull your whole mysterious act. Because I don't think any of us want to get into a fight right now. You just saw us wipe the floor with this scary fellow over here, I say gesturing to the skeleton. What do you think we're going to do with you? So, your best interest is to be honest.
Fine, but... And she sits down, and then the man sort of steps in the way, and he's like, I'll tell it. It's all right. She is a little bitter about it, to be honest. It was her sister that was meant for it. Estranged, of course. But here's the thing. Her mother, that one right there, the little one, she was part of our order. And he points to that familiar ring that you guys have seen many times over. And she was given the fire. I don't know how much you know about this, but the phoenixes are here after a fashion. They reverted into eggs, and some of them were shattered and some of them weren't. And the sapphire phoenix, we had the egg. Or we found it, acquired it. I don't really know how they came about it, and frankly, I don't ask. And, they, well, we needed to keep the fire in a person. And so, we tried a number of people, and most mages just turned into some sort of bluestone statue. But then along came this pregnant mage lady. She didn't know she was a mage, I don't think, at the time. I'm not sure. She was with a man who was definitely a mage. And she just happened to try it before him. And, well, she got it. Or we thought she got it. But when this one was born, she had it instead.
And is there a reason that you guys didn't just sit down and explain this instead of, attacking a minor?
Well, it wasn't exactly like the other one was willing to let her go, was it?
And I suppose you asked her politely first at some point.
Well, I didn't.
Uh-huh.
But she did. And the mage lady sort of crosses her arms. I'm not great with children, all right?
Not great with much. What exactly is meant to happen with the people who aren't crystallized by this process?
Power.
Okay. You seem pretty uppity about her having it and Giselle not. For what purpose? Or have you not thought that far ahead? Is it just for the sake of having it? It's like a collectible.
It's above my pay grade. All I know
like
is
you
they
must
have
get paid in dirt.
Sounds like we're going to need to talk to somebody who it is of the pay grade of before we agree to anything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is. All I know is that you have the fire and the phoenix lives in you. That's about it.
Funny how readily you are to kidnap a child on not knowing why. Not much of a, oh, why do we do, not the most inquiring mind, are you?
Well, a lot of people don't ask questions in this day and age. That's
Yes.
why wars start in the first place. That's why people fight in the wars for the nobles when they get nothing from it.
Yes,
That's
and they're
because
all
people-
idiots too. Congratulations, you're part of the idiot mass.
And also, I seem to recall having asked you guys questions several times up until this point, and you didn't give us any answers, so what's the point?
Fair. I mean, I'm probably going to get in trouble for even telling you this if I'm not, dead.
Okay, why are you working for someone who's so keen on killing you?
Because I believe in a greater cause.
But you don't even understand what it is because you can't answer basic questions. Wow, did they grab you on a day where you were just sitting around binging on ale and just, what do I do with my life? And they just fell in with them because you have not questioned a damn thing that you are putting your life on the line for people who you think might kill you.
Or were you, kidnapped as a child or something?
If it weren't for the order of the ghost feather, I'd be dead already.
So it was like a conscription sort of deal?
Yeah. You know those Jade Lotus people? They conscript people too.
Right.
Difference is the ghost feather actually know what they're doing.
Sure. I don't actually have a whole lot of a reason to care about any of that up until this point, so I will tell you what. Nobody's gonna kill you, but you're also not going to touch a hair on this little girl's head. We'll talk to somebody who knows what's going on and figure out what needs doing. But first we need to figure out a way out of here.
All right. So, there's a stairway. There was a nice lorry lady up there.
Yeah, I mean the dome.
What dome?
The magic elf place that won't let you out once it takes you in.
Oh.
Did you not realize you were trapped in this city?
No.
Oh,
This is why we want you to start asking questions, and I don't want this to seem like we're judging you, because we understand you've made choices that you needed to make in your life, and we respect that. But
I'm
now it's
judging.
time to start paying attention, because there's so many things going on, and you didn't even know. And now you just want to. Oh goodness, I know that Wisp has already been down this line of questioning, but it is just very frustrating.
I'm judging you.
I'm totally judging you.
Same.
All right, well, I said I wasn't judging, but I am.
They both sort of just look at you and glare, and then finally, the lady speaks up and she says, "So are you gonna do something about it or not?"
Define it. There have been a lot of its in this conversation.
So, are you gonna do something about the dome or not?
Well, yes, we have to get out of here too. The question is whether you're going to behave or not, which answers whether or not you're coming with us when we do.
I mean, she kind of looks at the guy and he nods and she's like, "Fine, we'll go."
Okay.
All right. You guys go first up the stairs. I want to see your backs.
That's fine. And the man shrugs and starts going, and the woman kind of gives you like a snarky like, and then follows.
I'm gonna go when she passes.
And you guys make your way back up to the library where Jakira awaits you.
So on the way up, Mask is going to put a hand on Nim's shoulder and like quietly drop a, "Hey, are you all right? I saw you hit the floor earlier."
Oh, I'm perfectly okay, decent, fair to middling. I think that's where we'll leave it. I would kill for a hot sandwich and a cup of coffee, but I can wait. Honestly, I'm not at my best, so please do not ask me to engage in any more fisticuffs. But I think I can make it from here if we can at some point take a rest, or I don't know, just not encounter anything like that ever again.
We will make it a priority.
Fantastic. That sounds great. Also, I guess we need to watch out for Giselle, because maybe I put a little too much faith in her ability to control her fire.
I'm gonna scoop her up because Mask fears no fire coming from small children. You did a very good job.
Thank you.
Oop.
Um,
And then,
are we going with them? They're mean.
we're gonna find out if we're going with them or not. We'll figure it out, but they're not going to be mean to you anymore, and that is a masquerade promise.
What about Mr. Ben?
What happened to Mr. Ben?
They did something and he got really quiet and he went to sleep, and then he went with some people that were with them and they were mean people too, and they said something about the palace.
Well, we will get Mr. Ben back too.
Okay.
Okay.
I hope he has cake where he is.
Well, if he doesn't, we'll get him some cake as soon as we get him out of there.
Okay.
Okay. Just up the stairs.
Okay. So you see Jakira waiting at the top of the stairs, in the library. Are all of you all right?
More or
No.
less.
I need a nap.
Oh.
What happened? Where is Aelaieth?
Well, he turned into a giant spider.
I see.
No, and then he turned into like a mouth chest tree thing. So like there were stages to this.
Both were equally horrifying, but in various directions.
I see. Masquerade. You are especially trained for this, so is Anu, and maybe Nim. So anyone who's trained in insight can make an insight roll.
Yeah, let's do it.
23.
Yeah, very much not me.
Is that 23 for Nim?
Yeah, that's 23 for Masquerade, and then Anu got 13.
Okay. And what did Nim get?
Nim got a natural 1, so I think she just kind of fell asleep standing up for a moment.
Okay.
Happens to
So
the best of us.
She's worn out.
Nim, because you got a natural 1, and that means I get some sort of GM intrusion, I'm going to say that you are convinced that the sorcerer lady's up to something.
Okay.
Um,
Can I elbow Wisp?
sure.
Wisp. I feel as if something is afoot. I don't know if it is a game or trouble or what it is, but something is afoot, and it has to do with her.
Keep an eye out for feet.
Done. Do paws also count?
Yes.
Okay.
Masquerade, you did make it. Anu did not. But Masquerade, you can sense that Jakira seems to be feeling guilty.
You knew, didn't you?
I didn't know what would happen, but I did temper. A little. Just a little. There was at one point down there in that area what Aelaieth referred to as the sanctuary. There was a stone, perhaps glass. I was not rightly sure. It was more durable than glass. I removed it because one of my people asked after it and said they needed it for something.
And you think that thing was stopping the corruption from spreading?
I do. I think that it definitely held back whatever Aelaieth was doing. I don't fully blame myself for what happened. He, frankly speaking, was convinced. But I should tell you that there was a round bit of shard down there. Looked like some sort of precious stone, maybe. It was green. And my people, the Aslari, expect us to play our parts indubitably and without question. And so I took it and sent it away.
And do you believe that is going to continue to have consequences for this place?
I do not know.
Oh, you sent it away.
I sent it away.
Which means you were able to get it out of here.
Yes, it was seated in the altar. It, well, after I removed it, this strange drip started and filled the altar. So I imagine that had something to do with it.
Okay. But that also means that you can show us how to get out of here.
Well, I sent it away when we left. we've come back now.
Does the door you used the first time not work anymore?
No, it works. It's how the elves get out and come in, and it's secret. However,
Yes, we've heard.
However, I presumed you had done something to Aelaieth, because there was a great flash, and what looked like a honeycomb itself made of light appeared briefly and vanished from the sky. Only moments ago.
What does that mean?
Are
I do
there
not-
any windows nearby?
Yes, there are.
Can I go look at the sky and does it look like the dome's still there, or does it look like it's gone?
It looks like it's gone.
I think the dome went poof when we took out Aelaieth.
Oh. Well, that would be convenient. All right, so I suppose that means that when we need to go that we can go, we should probably speak to the elves first before that happens.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to be mad about the whole Aelaieth situation?
Oh, I have no doubt they will be.
Do you think maybe now is just a good time to I believe it's called an Irish goodbye?
Well, here's the thing.
I
What's
don't want to
Irish?
fight anybody else. It's a very similar kingdom to Voiré. It's just across a pond, I think.
Oh.
Get some sleep, and then we'll talk to the elves, because some of the people who came here in the first place when Giselle did were pretty convinced that she could do something to help them when they got here, and we still haven't exactly figured out what that was, and if we just leave, then we're leaving them high and dry. I suppose the question we should be asking ourselves is how much we care if we do that. But I
Well-
glance at Anu because I'm pretty sure she cares.
Yeah. Ugh.
How much does Anu care?
Oh, I said yeah. Sorry, I guess you didn't hear me.
Oh, okay.
We should let them know what's going on, and then try to figure out how to help them.
Okay.
I do think we need to be very careful, though, and not get their hopes up that Giselle can be the help they need, because even though she is a very special girl, I think we have seen that, perhaps this magic isn't under control, and we don't want to do more damage than good.
Sure.
Alright, so we'll find out what this is about. We'll find out what we could potentially do and what the consequences would be if we did, then decide what follows and figure it out from there. But I think I speak for everyone when I say first to sleep.
Yeah, that
Sounds delightful.
great.
Does anybody have any snacks?
We do have many provisions in the ruins. If you follow this, and she starts scribbling down a little bit on the paper, and very quickly you notice she constructs a fairly decent map of the streets immediately outside of the temple. If you go to this location that's circled, you should be able to acquire food and water. Tell them that Jakira sent you.
Excellent.
Elbow wisp again. Do you think she's sending us to our doom or to a dinner?
Maybe it's dinner and a death.
Is
I
this
really
the
thought that
trouble
we
that's
were going to
afoot?
say maybe we are the dinner.
To serve adventurers. No. It's not like that. I think we'll be okay.
Okay, I'll trust you for now.
I'm not going to say that that's wise, but I think under the circumstances, it's the best choice.
I am pretty hungry.
What are y'all whispering about over there?
Nothing. Sandwiches? Constellations? Shh.
Right. Onward. Mask
Yes.
just walks.
Okay. So Mask just walks. Is Mask just walking anywhere in particular?
To the place where the food and water is. Mask still has Giselle and like lapses into this little waltz on the way there.
Okay.
I want the map.
Okay. Like I will look at it to make sure I know where I'm going and then pass it off to Anu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, going with the group.
All right.
Where are the two those other two? Where are they currently?
They are with you.
Okay.
So they're just
I-
traveling with you.
Great. I never let them walk behind me.
Okay. Just, oh no, for sake of courtesy, I suppose, my name's Gareth. He
Wisp.
leans over and offers a hand.
I'll do a very terse nod, but I'm not taking his hand.
All right then, that's fine. Understandable. The gloomy one over there, Sarah. And she just kind of like gives him a glare when he tells you what her name is.
I'm gonna drop one shoulder and be like, "Hi, Sarah."
And she just kind of once again gives you this little. And you guys make your way to the place marked on the map. You notice that as you exit the temple, this time it's actually very oh, that is not the right track. That is not the right track at all. It is not heroic, actually.
Oh.
It is just a bit less heroic than that. Let's go with this. So you exit the temple and you see that there are many different people of various blue and purple and pink skin tones. Some have a vague green to them. All of the people have very long ears that stand up like to here or back to here. And then you also see that many of them have like glowing eyes. Like, in fact, all of them that you see that appear to be sighted are glowing. Their eyes tend to be in hues of like blues, purples, greens, a few golds, some whites and silver whites. And there are children, there are people of all sorts of different walks of life, it seems. However, most of their clothing incorporates furs and leathers and even some plants. And you guys see the ruins are bustling now that it is approaching dark. The moon is risen and the sun is just fading into the very weeest hours of twilight. And you see the Moon Elves and their clan just striding along on the streets. You make your way to this inn. You imagine it's an inn because it's kind of made up to look that way. It's actually a ruined, crumbling building, but there are colorful tarps draped over the places where there are holes or damage. And you do see a woman with pink skin and dark purple hair and these vivid green eyes. Currently wiping down a table. She's wearing like a leather jerkin that's fur-lined, and the fur is like poofing out. And that's accompanied with a skirt that drops below the knee almost to the floor. And it seems that she has leaves and petals woven into the skirt so that it's actually a little bit fragrant of flowers. And she's just bussing a table as you guys find that the inside of this ruin is actually much more made up to be like a proper tavern than you probably would have expected. Anu, you would know this, though, to be, this is how the elves live. The moon elves are nomadic, but that doesn't mean that they can't manage. In fact, most of the stuff in here is actually collapsible. And they're very good at making collapsible things and packing it very efficiently.
This is beautiful.
Hello there. I don't see your kind much. She points at the two humans. Or your kind. And she points at Wisp, and then she points at the other two and says, "Are you with them?" Pointing at the other two humans. And you're dressed like you belong with the humans.
Yes.
Could you tell me what's going on here? I'm sorry.
I am blanking on the pronunciation of her name because
Jakira.
Jakira sent us.
Oh, Jakira. Yes. Well, here, let me get you a table and some food. And she sort of like pulls out the chairs around the table she's been bussing and just kind of gestures to it. And then she goes over to another table and grabs a couple more chairs and scoots them in so that it's kind of cramped a little bit, but you can still sit at the table. And it's a round table, but when you sit at it, you notice that there are segments so that it folds up almost like a Jacob's Ladder, if you're familiar with that sort of a toy. And the chairs also, while sturdy, you notice they also have hinges in different places. So what'll it be? I have ale, I have mead. I don't have beer right now because they ran me out, but I have other things.
A wine?
What kind of food you got?
I have wine. I can do wine. I don't know. Is it okay if the wine is of human make?
I'll survive.
Okay. All right. Well, some people around here really don't like that. So,
It's not ideal, but, we make do.
Food. So right now, the soup of the day is a vegetable stew. And we have some venison that is currently smoking. It should be done in about another hour or two, I'd say. There are root vegetables, and we have some mashed turnips. What would you like? It's for Jakira, so if you know her, then I want to do right by you.
Well, the small one would probably like a juice or something non-alcoholic to drink, and she likes sweet things.
Oh, okay. I have juice. I can do juice.
Thank you.
And for the rest of you, and she looks at Wisp first.
I'm going to say what I say to her, but also something for you, Steve. So, do you have any bread like to dip in the soup?
Yes, I do. We have our, famous elven bread. It's very herby. It's a flat bread. Is that acceptable?
Perfect. That would be perfect. And while this is going on, I am kind of eyeing around the room. Is there a performance space in here?
You do see that there is what looks like a crumbled section of wall that has been made into a stage.
Gonna glance at that, like, anyone performing tonight?
No, sometimes I do. I just like to, write a ballad here or there. Mostly perform with my little flute, nothing major. Why, do you? Are you a performer, an entertainer?
Big smile. Like, I dabble.
We could have music that isn't me. I love that. Yes, please, go perform. You know what? Dessert's on the house for that.
So I'll come back for my soup. I'm gonna head over to the stage and just get a sense of it. I'll leave the rest of you to order for now.
Okay.
I want to order some stew with some bread as well.
Okay, so you order some stew and bread. You do see that there are a couple more patrons filing in, and most of them, when taking note of all of you, will be eyeing you pretty much perpetually the whole time you're here.
Yeah, so I will also get soup and bread and an ale, and when I sit down to eat, I'm gonna have to take my hood down, and when I do that, before I do that, I just want to kind of morph two more elven features to get some of the heat off of people staring at me. Just
Okay.
because I can do that.
Make a deception roll to see how good they are.
Okay. Hold on, I'm finding my character sheet. It decided to go blank on me, and now I gotta wait for it to load back in.
Okay. Are you going to go dark elf, where you still have human-looking eyes and human-looking skin?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yeah, just the normal features, but can pass for Elven edition.
Okay. So, whenever she returns, she will get Nim her bread and soup. The soups go all around, the bread goes all around, so you can fill yourselves with that alone if you want, even though she's promised venison, mashed turnips, and some vegetables on the way. And then, of course, dessert. So, what did you get for your roll?
I'm still waiting for my character sheet to load back in.
Oh, okay. While you're doing that, Wisp, why don't you give us a performance check, please?
$16.
16. Okay. So describe your performance to us.
So I'm getting out my loot for this because I will be accompanying myself. However, this is going to be music and dance.
Okay.
Because that is my wheelhouse. So this is going to be taking inspiration from Tales of Phoenixes. So the whole thing, the music and the dance is going to have a whole arc to it of sort of intensity at first, and then going much quieter and more intimate, and then almost kind of exploding into more energy later on. Sort of the pattern of the music and of the dance. At key moments, I am prone to punctuate with a small forward flip to get my hooves to get a really loud bang on the floor. Okay. And this floor for your stage is made of stone, so you get a real good sound out of it. Nice.
And you see that several of the patrons actually clap for you, and one woman in particular stands and claps loudly. She has this blue-purple skin and silver-white hair and vibrant yellow eyes. And you see when she's clapping, she sort of gives you a look, and you think that she's trying to flirt with you.
I'll make a point of catching her eye.
Okay, so she will just sort of like, and like kind of get her shoulders such that she feels like she looks in just a little bit more attractive posture.
So I'm gonna, as I wrap up my note, when I go back to the table to actually get some of my own dang food, I will go in a roundabout way just to sort of be like, sort of acknowledging the crowd, you know, kind of linger on her, and I will sort of drag my hand slowly, not actually coming in direct contact with her, but just across the table in front of her as I go past.
And she looks at that, and then she looks up at you, and she bites her lip a little bit, and then she averts her eyes.
I'll be keeping one eye on her, but I'll go have some soup and bread and wait for venison.
Okay.
So I used a point of inspiration to total out at 13 on that deception roll.
Okay. So when she brings the soup and you have pulled down your hood, she sort of pauses and goes, "Oh, you're a dark elf. Forgive me. Are you new to the clan?"
I'm with her. I point to Anu.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm very glad that you've gotten out of that life that you were in.
I'm just gonna grab my soup and eat it, because I did this to be less conspicuous, not more.
And so you guys are served this smoked venison, and the venison is seasoned but not so heavily that you lose any of the flavor of the meat. In fact, that gaminess, but also like this rich sort of almost flavor like you would get at a noble's feast comes through. Like, this is a very well groomed slab of venison. Like, you don't know what it is. It might be this forest or what it is, but something about it it tastes better than normal. And the root vegetables are peppery and sweet, and the mashed turnips match beautifully with a lot more pepper, a little bit of butter, and just an edge less sweetness. And you guys can get your fill of the meal, and then she finally brings you out this mixed berry. It looks like a pile of turnovers, but they are deep fried instead of baked. And you see they have this purple red filling that just oozes out of them and mingles with this chocolatey frosting.
You know, it's been so long since we've been at the palace, Stephen. I forgot how good you were at describing food.
Oh, thank you. She looks at you and she says, "You know, just because we live on the road, it doesn't mean that we can't cook. And I feel like you, of all people, should know that, being that your people make their home on the road usually, but I don't know, I just thought you'd like a treat. Especially, given that, you seem to have caught the eye of my best friend."
Your best friend?
Yes, treat Lorna well if you do pursue anything. She is, she's not very open.
I try to treat everyone well, as best as I can.
Thank you. And, so then she goes away, and she continues about her duties. You see she's tending the other tables. The patrons pay Mask noticeably less mind after having revealed the elven ears and features. They are paying Wisp less mind, unless they're paying you more mind, but for a good reason. And Nim, you and the two stooges seem to be the odd ones out here.
I just kind of keep looking around, and anytime I catch somebody's eye, I wave a little. Hello. Yes. It's good soup. I'm enjoying the stew.
And you see that one of them starts to stand and starts to make his way towards you, but the innkeeper meets his eyes, and she gives him this look that could wither anyone, and he just sits back down.
I'm like just gonna kind of lean across the table and in my best hush hush voice be like, I wonder if it would be more or less drama if they realized you weren't human.
I don't know if it's worth it to find out.
Oh, definitely not.
No.
You're not human.
For you, yes, absolutely. I whatever label you need to put on it is fine. Do I look human to you right now?
Make a persuasion roll.
7.
7. So, what are you? If you're not human. And he says it loudly, and, the
You
tavern...
can't just ask people why their ears are pointed.
And, you say that?
Yes.
Oh God!
I'm just gonna, reframe the situation like he's talking to me.
Oh, the entire tavern is dead silent. And they turn their attention from Nim to the man. I need you to make a deception roll for me.
Oh, me?
You.
I whisper to him, well, now you've really put your foot in it. And then I whisper
22.
to oh!
22. So, that one who was about to stand shoves his chair away, and he draws this curved blade. You're really gonna pick on a dark elf of all people. And you hear he has this accent that's very similar to the humans. You know how they're treated. The only ones treated worse than people that look like me are people that look like him. Her, them, that one. Pointing at Masquerade.
And Mask is just quietly trying to see how this unfolds for a minute. Because like I said, this could probably be a lot worse.
And he leans in, and you see this blade touches the big man's face. And he looks at you, Masquerade, like you're going to do something about it. And then he looks to Nim, and the elf runs the blade down his cheek just a little bit. And you notice now that his other hand is holding a dagger that is currently positioned between the the big man's hand and his hilt, so he can't draw his own weapon.
Hey.
I'm gonna intervene. I'm gonna softly place my hand on the aggressive elf.
What?
Slow your roll. We got this.
You're dressed like him. You should know. You know how they treat us.
So I've been told.
Been told, so you ain't even experienced it. I promise you, that one has. And he points at Masquerade.
Who has absolutely been run out of places on a rail just for looking the wrong way before and isn't actually feeling as bad about this as they probably should, but
Listen, I've been through many lives. I get it.
Yeah, we all have.
Oh.
But they don't get that. And he gestures at Masquerade. They get one life and they're done. You know that. And the humans still make it harder for him.
And I'm doing my part to correct that. We're gonna all calm down and eat this delicious meal. And he's not gonna say anything else.
Make a persuasion roll or intimidation, your choice.
You said persuasion or perception?
Persuasion or intimidation.
Intimidation.
Which one has more?
I am looking at that right now. Persuasion is +4. Intimidation is +1.
Yeah, okay. Persuasion, because I'm not trying to be mean about it.
Okay. As you do that, you notice the patrons start talking a little more, like they feel a little more comfortable with it now that you're kind of diffusing the situation.
18, by the way.
18. Okay, so he pulls his blade back and he wipes off the blood from where he left a pretty decent cut on his face.
Just gonna pass him a healing potion.
And then he
Just slide
sheathes
that
it.
across the table.
He takes it sort of sheepishly. Look, just keep your humans under control around here, all right? He looks at Anu. The elf does when he says that.
I will. Mm-hmm.
All right. And he sort of gloomily trudges back to his table.
If blood dripped onto anything, I'm just going to prejudice it to whatever it is.
Prestidigitation.
Yes, that one. In a way.
Okay.
I can't talk tonight.
Okay. So you can clean off the table where there was just a little bit of a drop. And he turns and Gareth is like, what was that about? What the hell's...
Mask closes their eyes for a second, and when they open them again, they are no longer brown, but like tawny yellow. We'll talk about it later.
You.
Shh.
And you see his eyes get really wide.
Let's not make a scene. The only person that ends poorly for is you.
And he looks at Sarah, and Sarah doesn't seem to have noticed. And he's like, we gotta go. We gotta get out of here.
Eat the food. We're gonna take a rest. We're gonna do the plan, and we can talk about this later.
Also, all of a sudden, you're just questioning what's going on around you. But as we previously established, that is not a pattern that you have been... I just don't understand. Just be quiet and eat the food. This stew is delicious. Have you had the herbed bread? It's a delight.
So go ahead and make a intimidation or persuasion check, your choice.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Let's go persuasion.
Okay.
Ooh, 24.
24. Okay. So he just sort of nods, but he doesn't ever take his eyes off of Mask, even as he eats. He just keeps his attention affixed.
I will make
them.
awkward eye contact several times throughout this meal. That's fine by me.
And yeah, you guys realize as you're going through this that moon elves are nocturnal. So you guys are probably getting pretty tired while they're just getting started into their day. At least cultural moon elves. I don't know if Anu is nocturnal. That's up to SENITA. But generally speaking, yes.
That explains why the streets were so empty earlier. I do not say that out loud. Mask has wisely not said anything else since causing a scene a minute ago.
Okay. So, do you guys want to get your long rest?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but I'm kind of looking to acquire some company.
Okay. So, are you looking for said company from the table over yonder?
Yes.
Okay. So, how do you approach this?
I'm going to stand up from the table and see if a certain someone notices that I have done so.
She does. And when she does, you see that the long hair on the one side of her face just falls over to obscure like half her face.
I am going to meander over that way. I'm not straight lining it, but like very clearly headed in that direction.
Okay, and she once again just sort of straightens and she brushes her hair back and brushes the hair behind her long ears.
Is there an empty chair near her?
Of course, there's an empty chair here. Right there, or there, or there's one right here. Any of them are fine.
I'm gonna slide into the nearest chair and scoot a little closer to her.
Your performance tonight was lovely.
Well, it helps when I have a very enthusiastic and lovely audience.
I would hope that the audience would be able to show you how much they enjoyed your performance. Perhaps shortly.
I think that is a wonderful idea.
Well, just to be clear, you've accepted my request to come with you to your room, right? She leans in very close.
Oh.
I'm not even gonna flinch. Gonna lock eyes. Like, yes, and I love that you clarified that.
Oh, good. Lead on, I suppose.
I shall do that very thing and lead her to my room.
All right. She accompanies you, and you have a wonderful night. And the rest of you also get your own individual rooms. You find that these ruins are such that, like, the inn is much bigger and specifically deeper than you realized. There's like a whole underground network here. And most of the inn rooms are actually underground. And they're lit by what you now notice are mana crystals just chilling out in the walls. They've grown there, naturally, it seems.
Cool. Why not?
The rooms have curtains for dividers. They don't actually have keys or proper doors. They're just curtains on rods. But each of you can take a room. And unless anyone wants to do anything else, everyone can push their long rest button.
Excellent.
And Wisp,
Yes.
go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me.
That's a 9.
A 9. So, as you find yourself lulling into an off and on sleep, you catch visions and flashes. You see a person reaching out for you, and in the next moment you find yourself looking at that same hand, but from the other side. It flashes again, and you feel constrained, you feel confined, and even as you're in a semi-sleep state, you're trying to pull your spirit out of your chest, out of your mouth, out of wherever it will come, and you're tossing and turning. And it's so strange because for all of your clawing and trying to free yourself from this body, it seems, you are finding that you're not actually moving in the way you think you're moving, in the way you want to move. You're moving in a totally different fashion. And as you continue sleeping, you see another flash, just, and this time you find yourself soaring overhead, and it's like a brief reprieve, but you know it's not real, it's not you, and it is not how you were meant to be. You were meant to be free, and that's still constrained. And just as you get back into a sleep once again, you see that there is an image of another of these eggs, like the one that you touched and got your and you got your power from, and you watch as this person reaches out, and you see it. You see what you would know in your intuition and your instincts is the spirit of your brother. Not Wisp's brother, but your brother. And it's being sucked into the person, and he's trapped, and he wants to get out. And you want to get out. You want to be free. You don't like being here. And just as you hear this echoing screech with 1,000 tones at once, you wake up sitting in bed with a cold sweat. And you see Sorella, the one who you took to bed, sort of rolls over towards you. Are you all right? You've been tossing and turning and shouting all night long. The rest of you heard Wisp screaming, "Let me go," in the bedroom.
Oh.
It's,
There are assumptions being made.
what I'm going to say to her is I've been through a lot in definitely the last few days, and possibly a lot longer before that.
I see. Have you lived another life?
I don't know. Some part of me has.
Well, here's a comfort then. Speaking as one who trances and sees her memories regularly. Sometimes they're bad. Sometimes they're pleasant, but usually we remember the most significant things that have happened to us. And sometimes those significant things are good, just and right. And we live for those times, we dream for those times. And they'll come.
Thank you. I'm gonna snuggle right up to her in the bed and try and get back to sleep.
All right. She will give you a hug, and she just cuddles in with you, and she kind of strokes your hair and says, "It's all right. The good times come with the bad. No memory can hold only bad things ever. It's just not possible."
Well, I can tell you that this night has been a very lovely memory that I will hold on for as long as I can.
Likewise, I hope to remember this night for many lives to come. And with that, we are going to close out our session on a positive note.
Whee!
So, thank you all for joining us. as we come back into Quill and Sword. This video will post on Monday, and I will be watching that with all of you. If you want to show up and chat in the chat, we do premieres now on Mondays. It's fun. It's at noon Eastern Standard Time. So, yeah. And until next time, everybody, whether it's on the page or at the table, tell your story your way. Bye.